we are continuing working through our lists, and we've actually made a couple of things that we're going to update this a little bit. One of the things we fixed along the way, I think because of our default time frame, is that we had create task from task list broken. And I think now, if we go to our task list, and we can pick, whatever it is, we create a task, boom. So we're able to, and I think it was because of our time frame setup. So now that we've got that, we can go back here, we can go to immediate. And so that's actually fixed. Create task from task list broken. Let's do the edit on the time frame list. That's another that's a fix. So let's get that out of the way. So if we go to the time frame list and we do an edit. And so we don't actually have a time frame list. I don't think we can get to. So let's just check that real quick. So if I go to, let's go to this one. And so we had one that we had, let's see. So let's just do create task. That works. Create time frame. That works. I think we had something on it. Let's go back. So if we go back to, what was that for edit? That may be something that's now fixed as well. Edit on a time frame list. So let's look here. And that seems to be working okay. So professional goals. Let's just change that and save it and make sure that works okay. It does. Oh, now here's what it does is it does come back to this all time frames, which we really don't want to do. So probably what we want to do is on all time on a edit, which that alone is a little bit of a problem here, is we want to actually change this TFS, which we don't really have. That's a good question. Since we don't use this anywhere, we probably don't need to change this. But what we did do is we want to do here on a save for a time frame is when we save it, we want to return to either the parent or probably we'll just stay on that. So we'll probably just go to that time frame. So this is on TF. So we're going to come here to our view, to our URLs. And TF, it is create time frame, and there's probably, or edit time frame. So there's actually two of those. Now create, let's see what those do. So if we go to create time frame, it does not take a post. So it looks like when we do, so it's going to come to time frame edit. So they both come from time frame edit. So edit time frame, when it gets a post, this redirect here, if it's saved, see, this is where we've got this. This is we don't want to actually redirect to TFS. We want to actually either redirect to itself or its parent. So we're going to do, I'm just going to call this target ID. We're just going to call it TID. And so TID equals, let's see, it will be this guy's ID. So it's either going to be that, and we're going to do if, let's see, let's go ahead and grab it. So here, so current equals that, but we're not going to delete. And then we're going to say if current dot parent not equal to none, then TID equals parent.id. Whoops. So it either stays here or goes to the parent. Let's see, TID, and let's see how that works out. So now if I go to a roadmap, let's see. So here, doesn't have a parent, so if I do save, it saves here. Let's see, let's go down here, first quarter. Now it should go up to annual personal goals. And there's a problem there. Let's see. Reference before assignment. Okay, whoops. So I probably didn't set it right. Oh, equals current.parent. My mistake. And so now, there we go. So if I go first quarter, it's going to return me to annual personal goals. Bam. Okay. So if I go back here, immediate. So edit on the time frame list. Let's see. So that's a fix. We're going to wait on our backgrounds. That's going to be a little episode we'll do by itself a little bit. Child time frame on child time frame edit, no child count. So let's look at that. So if we go to a time frame, so this says he has 8 children. Maybe okay. Let's see. We need annual personal goals. Here we go. So this one is not showing lists. It's showing counts. So we want to take in our roadmap where we do our lists, we're going to do the same thing in our child time frames. So let's go to our roadmap list. And it says here for item and items. And we're going to essentially do the same thing. I bet we're going to be able to do that in our time frame edit. So if we look here, child time frames, let's take a look at that. So instead, this one's going to be time frame. And time frame, except for here. So we're going to need to change this a little bit. So time frame and children. So it's going to be, instead it's going to call a time frame. Let's see, class is going to be time frame. Whoop. No, that's not what I want to do. So let's take a look at this real quick. Child time frames. Oh, it just has a name. So let's change this a little bit. So it's going to be a name and it's going to have, we're just going to add this. So I don't need that, except for it's going to be, let's do children. And now let's look here. If we look at edit time frame, that's going to be a little tricky because it's going to get its children. So I'm going to have to actually tweak my count, tweak my query a little bit. So this is in edit time frame, children. Here we go. So children equals that. Let's see, filter parent equals data. So I need to do, this will be a little bit different. That's a good question. Do I care? This gets really detailed into that. Do I care about the children? I may not. I may actually bail on this one because if I go here, I get to see it. So I think I'm going to leave it. I'm actually going to bail on that one because I don't think I need to know the number. So if I go back to, see, this is where we can say sometimes we can change our scope. It's not task list. That was time frame edit. So I'm going to go back to where I started. I think that's what I want, right? Oh, no. I do want my slim. That was still in there. So let's get that there. Okay. I don't think I need any more information on that one. So let's go back. Oh, wait, I got to fix the views maybe. Actually, I think I'm good. Let's see. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that one that way because I don't really care enough about it to do the child count there. Child count off for roadmap. Let's take a look at that. He has 8 children. So he has 3. Oh, I think he's good because we fixed that one. We looked at that. We found that our numbers were actually correct. So we can go back here. Oops, sorry, to do. And we did fix that one. Let's see, show child timeframe parent in the task list. This is on the report. So timeframe parent in task list for probably that one. Oh, that's what it was. So if we do by timeline, let's see, roadmap just shows our roadmaps. Timeline just shows our timelines, but it doesn't show a parent. So let's go for this little, when we build this guy, let's see, that was in reports, pay, let's report generate, here we go. Task by time frame. So we're probably actually pretty good with this. So when we build the selector, here we go, report parameters. So timeline here, we're just using the name for the time frame, but let's actually change this a little bit. So we're gonna do, I think we can just do op.parent. And let's look at that. So now if we do by timeline, oh, it's breaking. So we're gonna look here. It's probably dying here. Can only concatenate string. So let's take a look at that. That may not be the right. If we go to, let's go to our views. Time frame, does it have a parent? Let's go look at our model. Actually, let's close a few of these things out. If we look at our models, where to go? Models for time frame. Time frame is, let's see. Oh, that's task, my mistake. Time frame does have a parent. So if we look here, so he should have a parent. Oh, I wonder if, so if we go back to our models, it should be the name. So let's see what string, it may be showing an ID. I think it's not showing. So it should be parent, I think we call it display. That may be what we need. Oh. Well, let's call it here because I think it's not actually passing it all the way through. So let's just do opt.parent.name. Is that right? Opt.id. That. Let's try that. Let's go back to our timeline. Oh. So we are getting an error here. And so it is. It doesn't like that. Oh, it doesn't have a parent. Doesn't have an option of name. So let's go look. Models time frame. It should. Oh, because it's sometimes none. So we do need to do this. So we need to do if op.parent equals none, else. That's our mistake. So if equals none, then we don't do anything. Otherwise, we do opt.parent.name. Okay, so let's try that. Nope, doesn't like that. Oh, because we lost a plus there. So let's go back to that. And now if we do by roadmap, by timeline, there we go. So annual personal goals, or here we can see that those, see first quarters by that, and immediate there. And then what we can do is we can actually go by roadmap if we want to do that. So here it's going to be, let's see. Let's play with this a little bit. So opt.roadmap. And let's, we'll just wrap him. So we're going to do that. Let's see, opt.roadmap, and then we get a name, or let's do that. Let's see how that looks. So now if we do by roadmap, it gives us that. If we go by timeline, it's breaking, so we probably missed something. Oh, we want roadmap.name. I bet. Because it did not like, yeah, so it doesn't convert it to a string there. So if we do this, or we could do, I'm sorry, let's go back to our views. I'll show you the other way to do it, because that's the other thing it's complaining about. If we force this to a string, then it's going to do what we want, I think. Otherwise, it's going to think that it's trying to convert the, it's going to try to use the class itself. So if I do that, roadmap, timeline, boom. Now this is using that string, so I don't really want to use that. I've got that complicated string. So let's actually go back in this case, and I'm just going to use the name. Because normally with that string, we added the time frame in it. I don't have to duplicate the code quite the way I did. So now here we go. We can see what the roadmap is. We can see what the time frame is within it. So that is done. And so the next time we're going to come back, we're going to play around with our background colors. And time frame does not show child count when deleted. I think we're just going to, oh, it does need to show. I bet we're going to have to do something there. And we'll think about that. So we'll come back to that one next time around. We're getting close to the end, and the big one here will be cleaning some stuff up a little bit in the display, and we'll wrap this thing up. So as always, go out there and have yourself a great day, and we will talk to you next time.